Hello, this is my Templar healer. Just a little quick build video for different content, mostly endgame. So I'm just going to go over a few options with you depending on what you like better and what the sets are that you're wearing. So one of the typical ones that you will see healers in is Olorime and Jorval's Guidance. Monster set, one of the typical ones is Bogdan Nightflame. It's a nice heal. Usually pair that with someone else wearing Sentinel. There are situational ones as well, such as Troll King. And Resto Staffs, you can use a 2-piece or you can use two 5-piece sets. So I just have the Black Rose on right at this moment. You can also switch off to any number of things. Looks like on this character, it looks like I could switch to the Asylum Resto. And I also have Masters and VMA. But probably not on this character. I have a bunch of healers. So with this setup right now, I have Bistat food on. I have the Apprentice, just because I don't happen to have any spell damage glyphs on me right now. So these are my stats without a potion. I want to swap out that mag recovery for some of the spell damage. Another option for a Mundus for you would be the Atronach. I wouldn't really put this with this setup though, because that's just overkill on the mag recovery. See, it's 2590 now. Other options, you can use the Lady to increase your resistances, and that I would use Front Kiting Bass sometimes. And another option for you could be the Ritual, which increases your healing down. This is for really heal heavy fights like VCR. Doesn't really do anything much to your stats. And another one you can use is Thief, and that increases your spell crits. So you see it's now up to 37%. Bigger crits, bigger spell damage, bigger max mag, bigger heals. Mag recovery you don't need as much of this patch, so I kind of have more of your window of being at least 1500. You don't need 2000. You can go a little bit more if you feel you need to, but it's not absolutely necessary. So I'm going to take one of these bell tower pots. Okay, so increase your spell damage and your spell crit and your magic recovery. So if I take one of these, just to show you with the Thief, this is what my stats are. And with the Apprentice, it would be this. And with the Atro, it would be a ridiculously high amount. You don't need 3000 mag recovery, it's ridiculous. And that would be the Lady. So right now with this setup, I would probably, just because I don't have spell damage glyphs, use the Apprentice, but if I happen to put those on, I would probably grab the Thief for more general heals. Okay. I know some people might disagree with that, but that's what I found to be useful lately. Let's just show you. You can also, you don't have to have perfect Olorimes. You can use the regular one too. And you would get this from beating VCR, and the gears from at least VCR 1. Okay, just so you see what it does, I keep this one single bard so I can control the proc on it. Or I can even, if I wanted to, put on the Resto so I can control it with my Illustrious Healing, and then I would just put on Atronach, it would be a lot of mag recovery again. Okay, so usually when you put Torgs, you will put it with Infallible Ether. So I'm going to put on my Infallible Ether here. And I like putting it on body if you can. Because now that you can't do a partial heavy with the lightning staff, you can't really do that, so I like to do it with that staff right there, the Resto Staff. And you can put the Torgs Pact on for your 5-piece on the lightning and just proc it with Crusher. I just need to change this enchant to Crusher. It should not be weakening. And then that way you can use a 2-piece Resto here. Okay, so just to show you what that looks like with this setup. This is IA and Torgs. Yep, higher spell damage, higher spell crit. Remember, we're on the Atronach right now. You may want to use that Mundus. Let's say I use the spell damage on here. And it'd be pretty high in spell damage, but your recovery is a little bit lower than you'd want it. I could fix that by swapping out for more mag recovery on this and then put on a... I could mess with that, but don't want to really go into that right now. So you might want to end up running the Atronach if you do this exact setup. So pretty much just keep your stats at least 30k max mag, and you want to have at least about 2000 spell damage, with your potion a little bit higher. Your spell crit you can have around 30 or 40. If you're really going for a crit build, you'd want 50 plus. I have that on my Necro Healer. And Magic Recovery, you want at least 1500 right now. Like I said, I have Bi-Stat Food on. You can put Tri-Stat Food on, but if I do that, then I'm going to have to take some points out of Magicka and put them into health, because you want to have about 18k health before any buffs to survive, well, most content. Yes, you can do it with less, like if you used Witch Mother's Potent Brew, but that help would not really be good for a lot of the endgame content. Okay, now to go for champion points. The green and the red will change varying on the trial that you use. This is just kind of my general setup. I like to have some sprinter. You can do whatever you'd like with that. And for the also good purify synergy for the tanks and others, and keeps them healed and purified. Okay, so just a couple flex spots. Like I said, the luminous shard, you definitely want this. To be your Resto Staff. So just to show you, you want one in Weakening, one in Crusher, and you can see it's 5 piece because I'm on bar right now, and then I have IA. I can heavy attack on the front bar and still use a 2-piece resto.